Hi guys, Bob here and welcome back to the channel. So as you guys know from the intro, today we're going to be taking a look at a watch by Sinn. That is the Sinn 556A, and this watch actually marks a couple of firsts for the channel. This is the first Sinn watch on the channel and in my collection, as well as the first German-made watch that I've ever owned, and so I'm happy to be sharing that with you today. Now, although this watch is very simplistic in its design, it does pack a lot of punch. So let's spin the camera around. We'll take a closer look at the watch. Alright guys, so first up, I just have to say there are actually two versions of this watch. This being the Sinn 556A, there is also the 556I, with the biggest difference being the lack of numerals at the 3, 6, 9, and 12. Also, I believe they've moved the date window from the 4:30 position to the 3 o'clock position. Now, Sinn is a company that over the years have made a lot of very interesting advancements when it comes to their watches, and on their site they kind of document and explain some of those, and I'm going to leave a link to that page in the description below for you guys to go check out. Now, this particular watch, I guess this would be kind of considered entry-level Sinn. It lacks some of those advancements, but it's a really great watch with a lot more going on than you might think at first glance. We'll get into that here in a minute. As far as packaging goes, we have just a regular outer cardboard box. We have a pretty nice inner box with a spring bar tool that comes with the watch. In the background, we have the warranty card, and then there is the instruction manual, which also has a really nice write-up on the history of the company, as well as talks about some of the advancements that they've made. As far as some of the measurements and specifications go, we are looking at a case width here of 38.5 millimeters. We have a lug to lug of 46 millimeters. The lug width is 20 millimeters. We have a very slender case coming in at only 11 millimeters thick. Now, the water resistance is 200 meters, which is awesome for a non-diver, and the crystal, both front and back, are sapphire crystal. We have AR coating, a double AR coating on the front crystal, on the outer and inner portions of the crystal, and it's done very well. A lot of times I'll be looking at this watch and it's hard to tell that there's any glass there at all, and even on the back side of the watch, the sapphire has a AR coating on the inner part of the crystal. The dial here is a flat black, very clean dial with big bold Arabics at the 3, 6, 9, and 12. We have very minimal text, with Sinn being written just under the 12 o'clock position and in fine print made in Germany at the bottom of the dial. The date window between the 4 and 5 position, it's got to be the smallest date window that I've ever seen on a watch, at least in person, that is. And one nice little touch that Sinn has done here is they've adjusted the font on the date wheel so that the date is upright. It doesn't seem like much, but a lot of watches with that offset date window tend to have the date font on an angle, and I think it's just a nice little added touch that Sinn has done here. Now, the other really nice touch is the handset and how they've blacked out the hands toward the center of the dial. Gives the white part of the hands kind of a floating effect, and I really like that. So let me just hit the lights for a second. We'll take a quick look at the lume. And as you can see, we've got some really great lume here. I love seeing those Arabics all lit up. It does fade a little quicker than I'd like to see, but it still remains visible for quite a few hours. The case here has a very simple design. I love how the top of the case just has that nice sharp transition to the sides of the case. The stainless steel is fully satinized. The finish work is done very well on this. I will say though, with satinized or bead blasted watches, when you do get scratches, they tend to show up a little easier than other finishes on with stainless steel. The crown here has nice sharp angular crown guards, and the crown is one of the nicest crowns to thread in and thread out of all of the watches I have. It just finds the threads. A lot of watches you kind of have to be finicky and be careful not to cross thread, and this one is just so smooth. The movement here, which is, by the way, a 2824-2, has a very nice winding action. And if we flip the watch over here, I'll just take a look at the movement for a second. It's not particularly decorated. We do have blued screws and that nice Sinn gold rotor, which I quite like. As for the bracelet, we have that same satinized finish as the case. And actually, I should mention the case lugs here are drilled, making for quick and easy strap changes. So the bracelet has this really cool H-link design, which I really love. If you look at the side profile, you'll see that the links have just that slight curve, making them form nicely to the wrist. The clasp here, you'll see, is signed Sinn. And the one downfall with the clasp that I have, it's a really solid clasp, but there's this gap here between the bracelet and the clasp, and it does hit on the center link there. And I'm not sure if you can make it out, but it's left a nice little scuff. If we open up the clasp, we do have some nice solid machined stainless steel here. So other than the little gap issue, I'm pretty impressed with the bracelet and clasp. The gentleman that I actually bought this watch from bought this leather strap separately. It didn't come with the watch. It is a Sinn strap. So I'll just show it to you guys here. You'll see that the buckle is signed Sinn, and we do have some nice stitch work, really good quality leather, and it just gives the watch a bit of versatility. You'll see here it kind of dresses it up, and nice little combo. So let me actually throw this on wrist for you guys for a quick second. All right, guys, so I have to say I find it very hard to fault really anything on this watch other than the issue with the gap in the bracelet. I think this thing looks just awesome. And for anybody out there looking for an everyday wear watch, this would be a great option, especially with the ability to swap it out with different leather straps or NATOs to either dress it up or dress it down. So I have to give Sinn a big thumbs up on this one, and I'll definitely be looking at more from their lineup in the future, and we'll be sharing with you guys as well. So let's spin the camera around. We'll wrap up today's video. All right, guys, so that's going to be it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think in the comments section below. I always look forward to hearing from you guys. Thanks so much, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.